you don't like discipline, you don't like potential, and you definitely don't like motivation. So why are you still stuck? So today we're having a brutal Q&A, basically talking about self-development and productivity. Number one is, why do I plan like a CEO and execute like an intern? Right? My personal take is planning is easier. I feel like planning is way more productive. Like planning is easier, it's way more. We all have an ego, and depending on your ego, your size of your ego depends how you're going to plan. Okay. But then when executing it, what happens is your ego dies down and you get faced with reality. And most of the times you're not as good as your ego thinks you are, or you're not as good as your ego is, or you're basically not that good. And execution is uncomfortable. It's basically like you facing all of the troubles, the reality, the truth, and you facing the fact that you are average and sometimes below average and just mediocre. So it's a little bit risky. Plan like a CEO because of your ego, execute like an intern because of reality. Number two is procrastination, laziness. Honestly, my take on this is, I do believe procrastination comes from a little bit of like laziness, or from a place of a little bit of laziness, because it's like sometimes people do procrastinate because they are lazy, but the other parts, or like majority of it, I feel like procrastination comes from more of like fear, right? It's like fear in a fancy suit, like called procrastination. And basically there's the fear of failure, the fear of being average, the self-doubt, the overwhelmingness from your self-doubt that like makes you procrastinate. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it when the weather is okay, I'm gonna do it later on, because you fear you might not be as good as you think you are. So procrastination is more like from a place of fear, or from a place of just self-doubt. So why do I wait for motivation before I start? I think motivation is more like a spike, like an energy hype, an energy spike. It's like this one thing that just comes in and fuels you, right? When you feel motivated, you feel like, oh my god, I can literally carry the mountain. So for me, motivation is like this energy hype that just pushes you forward. It's like a wave that comes, carries you, and just, you know, takes you and propels you forward. So you tend to, you feel the need to start, you feel the need to go, you feel the need to move forward. But then the thing with motivation, it's not reliable, it's not constant. It's definitely not always present. It's going to be present, it's going to be absent. And so you can't really rely on it when it comes to getting work done. I think preferably that's why we like discipline and systems. I spoke about it in the last video, over motivation, because motivation will come, it will push you, propel you forward, then it will go, and then you'll be left stuck in one thing. Wait, what the hell is happening? It's I don't have to write it. Why do I scroll for hours but say I don't have time? Now this is quite messy, but it's really shitty because it's the 21st century, and I've said this before, I feel like our phones are somehow parts of our bodies now. Like when you're drawing the the human anatomy, or like the human body as a whole, I feel like you need to find a portion. I don't know if it's going to be like where the pants are, where the hands are, and you just put like phone, and then you like draw a line and write down phone. And it's messy because in this day and age, we're all dopamine junkies. You know what I'm saying? We love dopamine, we want dopamine. And so you scroll for hours because it somehow gives you a certain satisfaction, right? Instant dopamine spikes, instant rewards, and all the rest. But then working on your goals require delay, or rather working on your goals might give you delayed rewards, or basically delayed dopamine spikes, right? You won't see the rewards immediately, you won't see the rewards ASAP, you're gonna see later on. And working on your goals might somehow, you might face the risks of failing, of obviously proving that you're not good enough, you're not, you know, as good as you think you are. So what we do is we prefer to scroll because it's like instant rewards, instant dopamine spikes. We're all dopamine junkies. Our brains are basically wired for instant stimulation, and it's quite shitty. Like, when was the last time you sat down with yourself for like 10-20 minutes without touching your phone, without scrolling, without saying, oh, I have to get this done, oh, I have to just sit down with your thoughts, sit down, be bored, enjoy being bored? Like, when was the last time? I'm pretty sure it's been a while, but yeah. Why do I work better under pressure? Now, there's this statement that pressure makes diamonds, and the truth is, let's be very honest, right? We can spend an entire semester not studying, just trying to end up studying like 2 weeks or a week before the exam, and some people study a day before the exam. Like, they literally open up the paper for the first time, the book for the first time, and say, oh, let me study. Now, reason being is, why do we work best under pressure? Is when you're faced with pressure, when you're in a situation where there's immense pressure, right? What happens is you don't have time to think, you don't have time to overthink, you don't have time to procrastinate, you don't have time to doubt yourself. All of those fears, all of those anxieties, everything is literally like the noise, everything is just like turned off. Like, you don't have the energy for that. So what happens is you just stick to the task and make sure to get it done on time. You don't have time to be afraid of not being good enough, because guess what? You don't have time. You're placed under pressure. Your ass is being heated. It's being cooked. Now, some people might work best under pressure. Some people might not work best under pressure. Now, depending on the pressure. Okay, I just think generally positive pressure is really reliable, and I think if you want to grow, if you want to propel in life, get yourself under some pressure. Get yourself around things that force you to, put pressure a little bit on yourself. Why does consistency feel boring? Okay, personally, I think consistency feels boring because consistency is like just you doing the same thing over and over again. It's like you just repeating the same cycle over and over again, right? And it's the same, we're all dopamine junkies, we want dopamine. Now, when you do something over and over again, when you're constantly repetitive, what happens is you don't get that much dopamine from something you've done over and over again, like the same thing. It gets boring. So basically, consistency gets boring because it's repetitive and we want instant dopamine spike. Basically, why do you quit before you see results? The thing is, right, this is a well-known fact, right? I think countless of successful people have spoken about it. Is the overnight shift, or the overnight like hype up, is when you work for a long period of time, then overnight, boom, you just pop off, right? And people are gonna be like, oh, it's overnight success, you didn't have to struggle that much. Like, no one saw this amount of struggle and then go up. There's even a book, I think it should be The Dip, where you work, see absolutely no results, or just a very minimal amount of results or rewards, then all of a sudden you get a hype up. Now, what happens is most people give up around here, right? Most people don't have the energy to continue because they feel like, if I've gone this far, they don't even give up around here before they give up around here. If I've gone this far, I haven't seen that much results, then most likely I failed. I'm not, going to get to that point where I'm going to get up here. And basically, this phase is called the silent growth phase, and that's why the people who succeed in life are the most consistent and definitely the most tenacious, right? The people who persevere and are just persistent. They keep on day in, day out, just putting in the work in order to get the rewards. So people quit because they don't see rewards at the silent growth phase, because it's silent and it's boring and painful. And mostly during this phase, what happens is you gain skills, you gain knowledge, you get experience, you gain wisdom. So it's not completely a waste of time and energy. It's you building potential, you building capacity before you get into a point where you like take off. So it's not completely useless. It's not completely like, sometimes growth and progression is invisible. You don't always see the times you're growing. Like some people, you don't even see when you're growing. You don't even know how you're growing. You don't even know where you're growing. It just pops up, and one day you realize, you turn back, you learn about, I've actually gone pretty far. So yeah. Next up is, why do I keep on restarting instead of continuing? To be honest, restarting feels good. It feels powerful. It feels cinematic. It feels amazing. I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? It's like Paul trying to be Paul. It's the same thing. Restarting feels good, right? It feels like it's a new slate wiped clean and you can do it all over again. But then continuing requires a certain level of humility to be able to be like, hey, I failed. Hey, maybe I have a little bit of learning to do. Maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I need more experience, more knowledge. So people prefer starting over because continuing is humbling as hell and requires a large, amount of humility to be able to just continue and accept you're not that good and you still have to learn. So why does success feel scary? Personally, I feel like success requires a new you, right? There's this saying that old keys can't obviously open your doors, and success requires a new version of you. Now, success is scary for people who, I think to an extent, self-sabotage a lot. It's like, okay, I've gotten to a point where I'm successful. What if I fail? What if I go back to that old me who wasn't good enough? You know what I'm saying? What if I flop? What if I mess up? What if I go back to the old version of me that still had the same habits, had the same behaviors and all the rest, and then I fall back? So Success feels scary because it's like it requires new you. It widens your perspectives, widens your mindset, widens how you generally see and move. Why do I feel motivated at 2 a.m. and basically useless at 2 p.m.? One thing I love about the night, or just generally being a night owl once in a while, is the world goes quiet. Like everything is just silent. The birds don't chirper. No shade, but I love nature. I love the birds. You don't get cars moving around. You don't get random sounds. You just, everywhere is quiet and tranquil. Tranquil. So to an extent, you don't feel that much pressure. No one's watching you, no one's observing you. And the thing is, motivation loves dreams. Motivation is obviously that emotional high, and it loves living in Chacha land, fairy tale Chacha dreamland. And so you feel motivated because you don't feel the pressure to perform. You don't feel the pressure of being seen because no one is seeing you. Everywhere is quiet. It's just you, your thoughts, and something beautiful. You, your thoughts, and your imagination. But then when 2 p.m. sets in, what happens is reality kicks in. More people are watching now. Your self-doubt, your procrastination, all of that kicks in. And so you feel useless. Reality, to an extent, kicks in. Toxic reality kicks in. And so you feel useless. So 2 a.m. dream, motivation, emotional high, because no one is watching, there's no pressure. 2 p.m. useless because reality kicks in and you're like, wow. Yeah. Why do I overthink simple tasks? You overthink simple tasks because it feels safe. I feel like overthinking is a mechanism created by people in order to, keep them from messing up or just fucking up. But one thing you fail to realize that you don't learn by overthinking each and every single detail. You learn by going out and messing up, fucking up, and obviously learn, right? For example, if I had to start a business, and my friend had to start a business, and I spent an entire week overthinking about how the product should be, like how should I deliver it, how should I package it, and my friend literally says, okay, I've been given this task, I'm gonna start from day one. So they start delivering, they receive customer reviews, they figure out which transportation method is the best, they figure out how the packaging should be done, which one is more cost effective, which one is more durable. They receive critique from people, and most of the times most likely they make like 10 different mistakes, like they f***ed like 10 different times. I f***ed up like 0. I'm thinking about the 10 or the 100 different things that could possibly be done, but they've learned, they've moved, they've grown, evolved. Who do you think is way better at that situation? Like, who do you think will have who do you think is actually moving forward or just going? The person who has started, who is way better off than me overthinking which have not even occurred, and it's quite messy. So basically, overthinking is a way in which we keep ourselves safe, and it's not quite the best. Why do I feel busy but not productive? Okay, you feel busy but not productive because you don't prioritize. One thing I realized about productivity or being productive is simply being able to prioritize. It's being able to get what you need to get done when you need to get done. And most of the time you're busy but not productive because you're doing what you want or not necessarily needs to be done. And so you're busy but not productive.